Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you call it, whatever you've been doing. I hope you're really well, and I hope you've had a wonderful few days. Me and Casey recorded a podcast just before Christmas, so here it is. I was going to try and rush it out and get it ready for Christmas Day, but I decided to just take a break and not do much of anything at all. So here it is now for you instead. We had a really nice, fun, long, silly conversation about Christmas stuff. We argue about pies versus tarts, gravy, Yorkshire puddings, all that sort of stuff. I apparently completely forgot that apple pies exist and lemon meringue pies. That will all make sense in a moment. I also swap and change between referring to myself as English and British, which may annoy some of you, so I apologise for that. And then we also talk about some of our favourite Christmas movies. It's a whole lot of fun. We both kind of lose our minds here and there, so it's really good. I really enjoyed this one. So I hope you guys enjoy it. There will be some more DaVinci Resolve content coming on the channel very soon. And in the new year, we're going to get back to business as usual. So, once again, thanks ever so much for sticking around. Thanks for being on the channel. Thanks for watching these podcasts and all the other videos and everything else that I do. So, hopefully you enjoy this one, and I'll catch up with you all again very soon. Enjoy!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
This is Christmassy, right?
It will do.
It'll do.
It'll do. That's one way to start a podcast.
Hello, everyone!
Merry
Welcome.
Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho.
Ooh.
Christmas time is here!
I'm slightly disappointed you're not wearing a Christmas jumper, Casey.
I don't even know what a jumper is.
Mine's got dogs on.
You win! I'm not even festive at all.
This Christmas special, we're not even going to mention Resolve. It's just Christmas.
No,
So-
we should. What's one present that you can give the listeners, the watchers, viewers, that is a Resolve tip for Christmas? What's your Christmas tip present?
Does it have to be Christmas related?
No, it's just
Oh.
it's just nice to know.
Nice to know.
Yeah.
The timeline backups. This is incredibly dry and boring. It's a horrible
I'm
tip.
excited. I want it even more dry and boring.
Oh, no, I'm going with timeline backups. Right click on the timeline within your media pool and you can get backups because they introduced it a few versions ago. So if you've messed up your timeline, you can go back to an old version.
See,
Tip of the
I
day.
knew that, but I never used that.
See, I forget it's there and then I remember and go, oh yeah, I can go back to, and when you restore it, it restores the backup, but you've now got a new timeline. So now you've got two timelines. You can go, this is the one I think I messed up. This is the old one. Actually, I didn't mess up. I prefer the new one. I'm going to stick with that one. Yeah.
Well, that's a nice present that we can unwrap from under the tree, shall we?
Oh, hang on, though. You've got to deliver yours now.
Okay, let's see what this is. Let's open up that. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Oh,
That's
what did you
nice.
get nice?
Learn color management. You should learn that. It's really important. If you've been ignoring it, don't ignore it anymore. It's really, really important. Okay, I have videos on that. Colin has videos on that. It's kind of intimidating, but it's really, really worth the investment of time and energy. So there's a free gift for you.
Good gift.
That's the gift.
And if you don't like that gift, keep hold of the receipt and you can return it within 28 days.
Yep, unless Santa brought it.
I got another question for you. Let's flip it around and keep it slightly topical.
Oh no.
If you had let's go with a $100 budget,
Yes.
and you were buying a gift for a fellow Resolve user that had nothing, what would you buy them? What would be your...
This right here.
It's exactly what I was looking at.
This right here. I would
Yeah.
pick a very nice weighted mouse with a scroll wheel that you can push down.
Yes.
That is the ultimate tool for Resolve.
And ideally, with some side clicky buttons,
Yep.
just to make life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Got a little sniper button here.
Mm.
In case there's some snooping that needs to happen. Is that what you would say too?
Yeah. I was literally thinking mouse because it just makes life so much easier when you've got a good mouse. A good keyboard as well, but all keyboards are kind of the same generally, unless you go for something really bespoke. But the difference between actually have a relatively basic mouse and then a good mouse, it does just a world of good. Whether you're on the edit page, whether you're on the color page, whether you're in Fusion, it just makes your life so much easier.
Yep. I totally agree. Yep. Invest in a good mouse. That's the way.
Yeah. So that's the obligatory Resolve talk out the way,
Yep.
I guess.
Now we get to the real deal. Candy canes. Are you for them?
Oh, yeah, all day.
Regular
All day,
candy
every
canes or the fancy ones?
So I'll go for the cheapest big bag of minty candy canes.
Just pure garbage and
Yeah. I want it to taste like I'm
chemicals.
brushing my teeth. That's what I just want to feel like. I've got a fresh minty mouth the entire day. And I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big deal.
What about eggnog?
Eggnog, I'm for it.
Oh.
I am very for it.
It's not a big thing. So I did some very dull research earlier. Eggnog comes from England.
Oh.
But we don't really, it's not popular over here. So
it's like you guys made it and then we're just like, enjoy everyone. This
America,
garbage,
have this. Yeah, I have tried it actually. And I remember enjoying it, but I don't think I've ever woke up and gone, you know what I fancy? Eggnog.
Dude, that's me like every morning in December. I literally was thinking about that this morning. Like, should I do my protein shake or should I just drink a bunch of eggnog?
Oh, eggnog protein shake.
Yeah, no, that's a good time. Yeah, that's real good.
I was looking for some generic Christmas related questions, like quizzes and stuff.
Okay.
They got really deep into like Christmas lore, and I was like, this is way too much. So I picked a handful of really loose questions, which I'm just going to throw at you for fun.
Okay, all right.
Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch?
Well, is that eggnog?
It's eggnog, yeah. I kind of ruined that one.
Yeah.
In which James Bond film is there a character called Dr. Christmas Jones?
Dr. Christmas Jones. Ooh, yes. That would be a No Time to Die. I literally don't know. Dude, are you literally drinking Guinness right now?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like the evening for you, right?
Oh, yeah, it's 5:30.
Okay, it's 9:30 a.m. for me. I was like, oh, okay, we're serious.
It's really Christmassy. The answer, by the way, The World Is Not Enough from 1999.
There you go.
So you were close.
Okay. All right.
Which former president of the United States has a cameo in Home Alone 2? You'll know this one.
Yeah, that's Trump.
Mr. Trump.
Yep.
True or false? Mince pies in their original form contained meat.
I'm going to say false.
Oh, true, apparently.
Oh.
Is a mince pie a big thing over there?
No.
No.
Like, I literally could not tell you what's in a mince pie, other than it's... My guess is that it's like ground beef and cabbage.
No.
I don't know. I
mean,
really don't.
No, they're like, to be fair, I don't eat them. So I get scolded as a British man because I don't eat mince pies, really. I'm not a big fan. But they're like fruits, you know, like really sweet fruits, minced, like sultanas and all that sort of stuff. Meat loaf, you know, like meatloaf, the bread, kind of the sweet bread.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of in a pastry, kind of.
Okay. I don't even really have a concept of that.
That's just confused you even more.
I'm just so confused now.
Okay, let me Google exactly.
I'm
what's
just
in
lost. Okay, mince pie is what it's called?
A mince pie, yeah.
Like MINCE?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like okay, no joke. I have never, ever seen this.
Really?
Like, this is the first thing that looks like this that I've seen.
Oh.
Like, I don't even, what is... Like, it's not often that you see like a food you've just never seen. Like, what's this made out of? It looks to me like it's like biscuit. It's a tiny biscuit bowl with raisins in it and then a snowflake on top.
Yeah, pretty much. This sentence makes no sense, and I think you'll agree with me on this. Mincemeat is made with a mixture of dried fruit such as raisins, currants, candy fruit peels, lemon, and orange zest, finely chopped apple, brandy, and warmed spices.
This sounds like an English person thing. Let's make something and call it something completely different. Wouldn't that be nice?
All right, chaps.
Okay, chaps.
You know, like eggnog is for you guys, like it's this quintessentially Christmassy thing. Mince pies.
Really?
Yeah.
Some of them sort of look like tiny, bigger pies, which we have pies. Do you guys have pies?
Yeah, this is going to make the British people sound worse now.
Oh my God, do you not have pies?
No, so the only pie, hang on, let me get this right. So what you think of pies, like a dessert, thing.
Yeah.
The only dessert kind of pie we call a pie is a mince pie. Because otherwise,
What do you call a pie?
like a tart,
Even if it's big?
like you'd have like an apple tart, yeah.
Like like a big, a big, well, I call it a pie plate, but it's like a pan with bread. And then inside of it is sweet fruit. And then it sometimes has crumbles on top. And it's like this big.
Yeah.
That's a tart. What is wrong with English people?
Now I'm saying it out loud. I agree with you guys, because a mince pie isn't, from our definition, isn't a pie. Because if you went into a shop and you asked for a pie, they'd give you like a steak pie or a chicken pie. And it's
is
like
it that big though?
Now, like a steak pie would be like yay big, and it'd be full of like gravy. Even gravy means something different.
Because gravy's super weird over there, right?
Your gravy's weird. I will argue that your gravy's weirder.
Okay.
I draw the line. Gravy.
Okay, so for over here, if you had a tart, it would not be bigger than this. It can't be. It's a cookie, basically. It's like a cookie with stuff on top. That's a tart.
No, like we can have a tart that's a full-size thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just violates all rules. All of them. All the rules. That's against all the rules.
Mince pies just shouldn't be called mince or pie. The name is entirely wrong.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So what we would call these, what you call mince pie, we would probably call a tart in a twist of irony. A tart.
What would you call the innards?
Pie filling. It makes no sense. I know that.
At all.
I don't know. What do you call it? Mince, right?
Well, not usually. In a mince pie, yes, but in anything else, no, we'd call it same filling.
Okay. We'd fill it with jam but jelly is different. Jelly's like Jell-O for you guys.
Yes. So your jam, now our jam is your jelly. But your Jell-O is our jelly.
Then what's our jelly?
Jam.
But jam and jelly are different.
So what's the difference between jelly and jam?
Okay, so jelly is the same thing as jam, but without the seeds.
We just call it seedless jam.
That makes sense. I'd agree.
Yeah, you can go to buy jam and they'll be like seeded jam or seedless jam. Kind of like smooth or crunchy peanut butter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm learning so much about cultures here.
Yeah, this is not where I saw our conversation go.
No. Okay, back to Christmas. Sorry.
I've got more questions though. What do you guys eat for Christmas dinner? This may be a stupid question. This may be obvious. Do you guys do the full like?
Okay, so Christmas dinner, an American Christmas dinner, would typically be either a turkey or a ham, mashed potatoes, American gravy, and probably like pumpkin pie or apple pie, probably something like that. Yeah.
So what's American? I thought gravy was something you had at breakfast.
There is. Americans have all kinds of gravy. We love gravy.
Because you have sausage gravy, right? That was the
sausage gravy is like breakfast gravy.
The white slushy stuff people put in on their plate.
Yes. Yeah. That goes on biscuits, which you call not biscuits. This whole thing is just an exercise in translation. Biscuits and gravy for Americans are like dinner rolls that are fluffier and flakier that you eat for breakfast with sausage gravy on top.
So your biscuits are like scones.
Yeah, scone. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, scone.
Which is super weird that you eat them. Like if I went into anyone's house and said, I've brought some scones, let's put some sausage juice on them, I'd be thrown out.
Dude, that sounds good to me. I mean, if they were like blueberry scones or something, you wouldn't. But if they're like with either like cheese or if it's just like butter. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, we would have scones like with cream and jam.
Yeah, I mean, we would too. We also have that. But there's also biscuits and gravy. It's more like, okay, imagine you wear overalls every day. All right. And you go to work at the wood mill right? Where you cut down trees and you turn them into lumber. You eat biscuits and gravy for breakfast from the convenience store. That's how America works. That's what we're built on.
It's the spit and sawdust kind of grub. Like if you want just basic, tasty fuel for the day, that's your go-to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah. So I'm going to name two things now, which do have slightly obscure names. You may already know them. You may not. Two things that we eat at Christmas dinner. Yorkshire pudding. Have you heard of a Yorkshire pudding?
I don't know if I could tell you exactly what it is. Is that like bread pudding?
No. So imagine it's essentially pancake batter. So like you're making pancakes.
Uh-huh.
But you put it in the oven and it gets all nice and fluffy. And you don't add any sugar to it. So it's kind of like a savoury pancake, but it puffs up into a round little, almost scone-like kind of looking thing, maybe.
Okay.
And then people usually have that with their dinners. You put a bit of gravy on it, meaty gravy, and you have it with your veg and your potatoes. They're nice.
So it's biscuits and gravy. That's the same thing.
No, it looks different.
It's just a big biscuit.
No, it's got a very different texture.
Did you know that pancakes and the things that we make biscuits from biscuits and gravy are of that's the same mix, the same stuff?
They are very similar, actually, now I've said it out loud. No, I just still disagree. Out of principle.
It's not principle of that thing.
And the next one, pigs in blankets.
Okay. Over here, that is little baby hot dogs wrapped in what would they be, like instant croissant things? Like the Pillsbury things.
Yeah,
that would be pigs in blankets, probably.
Same thing.
They might be sausage.
Yes, definitely sausage.
Okay.
And we wrap them in bacon.
Oh, see, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds way better.
It's for some reason they're really great, and again, we only eat them once a year. But you just take sometimes they're little sausages. Sometimes people just go for like a full size big sausage and just wrap it in like 6 rashers of bacon.
Dude, that sounds awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah, Google it. They look as good as they sound. They're amazing.
Dude, I'm gonna make that.
Do that. Yeah, it's not a complicated thing to make.
Oh yeah. So okay. So Google pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, I mean they look nice as well. And actually, I did have one of them. I sampled one of those when I was over in your world, and they're nice. But I prefer.
Oh yeah, but they're different for sure.
They're different. Yeah.
Yeah, the sausage with bacon around it sounds way better. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I want that.
I highly recommend pigs in blankets.
Oh, so good.
I think we can get back on track now. I think that's all my questions.
Okay, well, I have a question for you. Okay, so Christmas tradition and stuff. I'm just now. Forgive me, okay, but I've already just been through the ringer with the pies and tarts thing. All right, but do you guys open presents on Christmas? Like, do you do Christmas presents?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we are British, but we're not like cavemen. Do you guys have presents? Do you guys
do gifts, right? Like that's a thing. You have people there.
There's different people do different things. So I've always been brought up as like, you get up really early, you have a cup of tea, you could put the kettle on, and then you just sit down and you open your presents. And naturally, Christmas morning, Becky, my wife, actually, they didn't open presents till after dinner, after lunch. So they would maybe exchange a few little gifts in the morning, and then they'd have a nice family sort of gathering and just relax together. And then they'd have their main meal of the day, and then they'd open gifts. So it does differ around the UK, but I was just brought up like, you get up in the morning, have a cup of tea and a biscuit, go wild, open all your presents.
Yeah, that's how I was raised also, is like first thing in the morning. Like that's what happens, right? My wife, they open Christmas presents on Christmas Eve.
Ooh.
And I'm like, but how are you supposed to do that? Because Santa didn't bring the presents yet.
Yeah.
So this breaks down immediately. Like, what's that about?
Yeah, how do they explain that?
I don't know. I don't know.
So what did they do on Christmas Day then?
Exactly. What do you got going on? I mean, I guess they play with their toys and stuff they got, but still, it's like, I don't know. It seems like the magic of Christmas Eve is waiting for your presents the next morning. It's waiting for Santa to come, right?
And well, it's called Christmas Eve. It's the eve of Christmas. If you meant to open your presents that day would just be called Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. I've explained how wrong my wife is to my wife, but she doesn't listen.
Well, I'm going to write a sternly worded email.
I think you should.
To Mrs. Faris.
Yeah. Well,
you are wrong.
When we got married, I was like, listen, this stops now. Like, I'm going to raise our children to believe well.
What do you call the day after Christmas Day?
Boxing Day.
Ah, yeah.
No,
that
not
is
really.
the same.
I know you guys do.
Oh.
We don't do anything the day after Christmas. The magic is completely gone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we cancel all the magic about 4:00 Christmas Day.
That's done. Do all the shops open and stuff on Boxing Day? Well, the day after Christmas.
They're open. Usually they're open. A lot of them are open on Christmas.
Oh, really?
It depends. Yeah.
Nah, our country generally pretty much shuts down. Bar, you can order some food if you want to get takeout and that sort of thing. But most places, it's all shut down from this year. It'll be from Friday. There'll be a couple of days. Some of the shops open and will still be open on Christmas Eve for like some late shopping. But then it just closes and everything's shut.
No, our stuff closes like slightly early Christmas Eve and then opens late on Christmas. It depends. Like a lot of places are closed, but the places that are open will do that kind of thing. Like the major grocery stores and stuff will do that.
What's the name of the family dog in The Simpsons adopted on Christmas Eve?
Santa's Little Helper.
Hey.
I know that. I know a surprising amount of Simpsons trivia. I don't know if that's a widely known thing, but I was very into The Simpsons growing up. And so until they started going downhill, I watched like probably every episode several times.
Well, I mean, that was the only bit of Simpsons related Christmas questions I had, unfortunately. Maybe next time I'll bring some Simpsons trivia just to entertain the folks at home.
That'd be a good time. I pride myself in knowing very obscure Simpsons things from pretty much watching only that growing up.
I mean, it was the best thing to watch growing up, to be fair.
Yes, it was.
I would agree.
Yes, it was. Well, what is a Christmas wish that you have for, I guess, going into the new year? And actually, let's do this. Let's say this. I would love to know the highlights from this year, and then maybe a couple Christmas wishes for next year.
Wishes, cool whip. Highlights of the year. Well, obviously, this has actually been my first year as a full-time YouTuber, man.
How has that been?
Interesting. It's been an interesting year. Good. Overall, really good. It was a big step for me to take, moving away from full-time employment where I was nice and cushy and I had annual leave and insurance and all that sort of stuff. That was really nice. I gave all that up. But it's given me so much freedom to do my own thing. I've been able to work on some other stuff and take some opportunities which wouldn't have arisen before. And being my only boss is awesome. Next year, same thing. We're going to keep doing it and keep trying to be whatever I am. One of these weird YouTube people. So we're going to keep doing that. But yeah, it's gone really well. Obviously, I don't want to talk about it every episode, but I got the Magic Animate out. That was a big thing. Doing my own thing allowed me the time to make that. And I've been working on all the other stuff that's coming out very soon as well. Starting a podcast with you. This has been fun. This has been a bit of a highlight. Traveling, done again, all because of the other stuff. I went to NAB in April. First time in Vegas. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Came out to see you guys for Resolvecon. That was super cool. Obviously, we came the year before as well, but last year we came. Been a really good year. That's my year in summary, essentially. I learned about pies and tarts.
Yeah,
and
all these things.
Changed my world.
Yeah, it's completely a complete world melter.
Yeah. And then next year, more of the same, essentially. I'm trying to keep going with the magic stuff. Obviously, we've got some plans, which hopefully we'll be able to share with the world soon. And I've got some ideas for some things. I wanted to start reaching out to some other creators and start giving those more of a platform. That's kind of one of my big things for next year. I've started putting some things in place for that. So, yeah, keep doing what I'm doing. try and really find the groove to make my YouTube videos a bit more consistent, because I've been a bit all over the place with those. But that's the plan. That's kind of the big plan for next year, really.
Well, that's awesome, man. It's inspiring to see you, jumping in and doing the full-time thing and releasing Magic Animate and putting out the videos and stuff. And man, it's just been so good. You're making such cool stuff, and I'm
thank you, sir.
Excited for all of that.
Thank you. What about you? What's your highlights of the year and your plans for the next one?
Yeah, highlights of the year. Big thing as far as business and YouTube and this side of things has just been putting out the Fusion course and really kind of doubling down on Fusion and really concentrating on how to teach people Fusion the best and how to focus on that well. And that's been just so rewarding in so many ways. So good. Seeing people go from not really knowing much and kind of being frustrated and scared of Fusion to being able to make their own stuff. And I mean, it's just been so neat, and been loving that. Yeah. Just trying to refine everything this year and make everything run a little smoother and stuff. And we're kind of finishing some of that stuff up here in the next few weeks, and going to be launching a new version of our website and getting that kind of really refined to be easy to go and look at the courses and get stuff and download things and get to things a lot easier, have it a lot more well organized. We've learned a lot about focus and that kind of thing this year, and it's been really, really great. And this next year, I think it's going to be a lot of, we want to give really well. We want to make really high value videos. And I don't know how to say it. I think just give way more than we are right now as far as value. And I want people to look at things that we make and go, dang, man, like that is just so useful and so helpful. And now I can do new stuff.
You do that anyway. That's the base of your channel. It's what you've done for so well for so long. So I'm interested to see how you can take that even further. And I will be sitting here taking notes. Like, what can I steal of Casey?
Yeah, man. Well, okay. The thing is, though, real talk for a second. Like, if everyone had that mindset, then the internet would be a very nice place. Mm-hmm. If everyone was just focused on how do I help people the very best, we'd have such a good time.
Yeah, we would. And I think we had the conversation in one of our previous episodes talking about YouTube, but it's like, it's one of the best ways to succeed online is generate stuff that helps people.
Yeah.
And even if you're doing it for, I'm not saying you should, but even if you're doing it for selfish reasons, as long as people are still being helped out, you'll do well. And then people go away happy. It's one of the best things you can do. Yeah.
It's really hard to lose when you have service in mind. Right? Like when you're thinking about how can I make other people's lives better and enrich other people, make things easier for them. Like worst case, you do an okay job at that and it helps people and it still feels good.
Yeah.
Like,
and you can tack the other stuff on kind of afterwards, but the focus should be, this is going to help X, Y, and Z. And then afterwards you go, okay, how can I maybe monetize this later on or whatever? Sure. But it should always be that way around.
Yep. So it's going to be a big focus on that in the next year. We're excited about things that I can't talk a lot about, like Resolvecon stuff, but that is definitely in the plans of doing something with that. But we have to figure out what all that means, and it might be different-ish. We'll see.
Resolvecon, it's always a good time.
It's always a good time. Yeah, whatever we do is going to be great. But we're just trying to figure out what that is.
If you messaged me and said we're all going to meet up in a car park and eat pie, I'd be like, right, give me the dates.
What
and
kind
I will be
of pie? You mean a pie or a tart?
Is there going to be gravy?
I hope so. Certainly hope so.
I am hungry now, actually.
Same.
How long have we got? How much time have we got? The original plan for this podcast was we're going to talk about our favorite Christmas movies, and we've talked more about tarts and pies than anything else.
That's basically the same as watching a movie is eating a pie.
I mean, it's arguably better.
Maybe.
Would you rather watch a good movie or eat a good pie?
I think the only answer is both. That's the only answer. Okay, so top Christmas movies then.
Yes.
What say we do a countdown of your top 5 Christmas movies? We'll start with the fifth one, and then we'll end with the first one. And we're going to have a battle on who thinks their movie is better.
Yeah. I'm actually, here's a confession, not the world's biggest Christmas movie fan.
Oh.
Like there's a few that I like, and I've listed them. Becky watches a lot of like these Hallmark terrible Christmas movies, and I think they've
Christmas
scarred
dribble.
me. Yeah. So but she watches those in like the summer. She goes on the Christmas channel and she's just got this nonsense on. But anyway, my number 5, this is an old one, and I remember enjoying it as a youth, and I haven't watched it in a long time, so this may be a horrible pick. But
okay,
it is Jingle All the Way, starring
Jingle All the Way.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah, with Turbo Man.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it, and I haven't watched it in so long, I can't even really tell you much about it. But I remember really enjoying it, and it's got Arnold in it. It's a Christmas movie with Arnold being like, "Hey, I want the Turbo Man," and it's
hey, that's pretty good, Arnold.
The only impression I can do, apparently.
Yeah. No, that was a good time. I watched that last year. Actually, it was fun.
What's your number 5?
Number 5. Ooh. Number 5. I think. Oh, it's so hard to pick. See, that's the thing is I'm like, I kind of know what like my first and second one, but like this level.
Drum roll.
I think I'm going to go with Noel. Have you seen Noel?
No.
It's on Disney or Netflix or something. It's relatively new. It's the last couple years, but it has that one girl that looks like every other girl.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, but Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader, such a great movie. So much fun.
Oh.
It's the spirit of like Elf, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's, I don't know. It's charming. It's well shot. Everything is great. It's funny. Why you mad?
I don't think I've even heard of that. So I'm going to add it to my list.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
And I like both of those people. You can't really go wrong with either of those. They're both very funny.
Nope, you cannot.
I have a joke for you, which you've reminded me of.
Okay, I'm ready.
What's the difference between the regular alphabet and the Christmas alphabet?
The Christmas alphabet has Noel.
Hey.
Ha! Got him. All right, number 4.
Number 4. This is a relatively new one. And it's not a usual standard Christmas movie, but I really enjoyed it. And sometimes you need to watch something a little bit violent. So I've added number 4, Violent Night.
Violent Night. Mm-hmm. I have not seen this one, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's got David Harbour in it. It's about a real life Santa Claus. And there's a family that have been taken hostage in their own home by these baddies. And Santa Claus, he's a little bit worse for wear, bit of an alcoholic, not in a good state. And he says, no, I'm going to sort these guys out. So he beats them all up. And it's basically John Wick, but John Wick is Santa Claus. And it's great. And it's violent and it's silly. And you just turn it on and turn your brain off and go, I'm enjoying this. This is great. I know exactly what's going to happen throughout the entire film as soon as you start watching it.
Yeah.
And it's all the better for it.
All right. I love that. Okay. For me, number 4 would be Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh, you're really pulling them out of the bag, aren't you? Ernest
I'm pulling them out of the bag.
Yes. Is that a saying over there?
Maybe.
I don't even recognize that. I don't think of.
Okay, do you know the Ernest movies though, right? Like Ernest P. Worrell?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
It's really dumb. It's this guy who's kind of a loser that always tries his best and he just fumbles through everything. It's played by Jim Varney. You know who Jim Varney is? He's the voice of Slinky Dog in Toy Story.
Oh, yes, I know his face. Now I've clicked on him. I know.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the classic story of Santa can't deliver the presents. And so this guy who isn't very good at stuff has to deliver the presents. And it's just great. It's wonderful. And it's heartwarming and it's fun. Okay. So yeah, that's a big one for me. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Noted. I'm writing all these down.
By the way, my favorite Halloween movie is Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, so he does fully seasonal.
Oh yeah, he does all. There's like 20 movies or something.
Are they all good?
No. There's like the major releases. There's like 5 major releases and like 6 or 7 like terrible ones.
Got you.
The major ones are good. Yeah.
So some go to cinema and some go straight to DVD. That kind of thing.
It's like that.
Yeah. Okay, got you. My number 3, this is a controversial one. People always argue about this, but I have to mention it. Die Hard.
Die Hard. Mm-hmm.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie in your opinion?
Honestly, I've not seen Die Hard. I know.
Ever?
I really haven't. I really haven't seen it.
Okay, well, I'm putting to you that you need to sit down this Christmas and watch Die Hard.
That's what I hear. I just haven't got to it. There's a lot of movies.
If you describe a man, he happens to be a policeman, he goes to visit his family on Christmas Day, and then he gets into all sorts of trouble, and some mishaps happen, and then he learns that his family is the most important thing.
Sounds like a Christmas movie to me.
It's a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
It just happens to be terrorists and stuff
Case
involved
closed.
as well. But it's a Christmas movie. I really like it. It's it's a classic. You can't really go wrong, can you?
No.
What's your number 3?
Number 3, Elf.
Ooh. Elf is my number 2.
Ooh, see?
Yeah.
It could be in one of the top 3, I would say. Elf is just, it's hard to beat Elf. It's so
just
good.
a good time, isn't it? Like it's so silly and it's so funny, and it's Will Ferrell kind of at his best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just dumb. And every time I watch it, I go, I kind of want to try spaghetti with maple syrup on it. It kind of looked disgusting, but kind of nice.
Yes, exactly. Elf's a good time.
So we need your number 2 next.
My number 2 is Home Alone 2.
Ooh, controversial. So you prefer Home Alone 2 to Home Alone?
It's better.
Oh.
I don't prefer it. It's just better.
just better. This is facts. Casey speaks nothing but facts.
Home Alone 2. I think Home Alone 2 just gets a little edge on it.
Yeah, I do like the pigeon lady.
Pigeon lady. It's a good time. I like when he's throwing the bricks off the roof and hits the guy in the head with the bricks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just think there's something about the first one. I just think there's more of I don't know. There's a charm to the first one.
It makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
It's a little more believable, but
I will admit I haven't seen 2 in a while. We watch the first one most years. We put Home Alone on. So that maybe just be like a familiarity thing rather than me preferring it. Home Alone is my number 1. So I went with the first Home Alone as my number 1 pick because it's one that we watch all the time. It's great.
That's so cool.
I learned the other day the mom in Home Alone, the character, is in Home Alone. She's meant to be 30. I think she's 35 years old. And I was like, I watch it every year and still look at her as like a mom. I'm like, oh no, I am that.
She has to be. That's what's so weird about like getting older is people that are my age that are in older movies look older than I do.
Yeah, they do. Or at least we perceive them to be.
It's like they always just like, that's a mom. Like I'm never going to be that old.
No, but there might be young people watching this podcast going like, the 2 parents from Home Alone are having a podcast.
Yeah,
and we're like, no.
Exactly. Yeah. I think of like my friend's mom growing up, right? And I'm like, she looks like a mom.
Yeah.
And I look at like my kids' friends' moms and I was like, they are way too young to look like a mom.
Yeah, I totally agree. But people always say you never feel your age. And I guess as a kid, you're like, you must do. I will feel like an adult when I'm an adult. But actually, that's totally right. You never do.
It's messed up, man.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so my number 1 Christmas movie. Now, this is going to ruffle a feather or two.
Oh, is this some curveball coming at us?
No, it's not. It's a newer movie, and it's beating Home Alone and Elf and everything, on my opinion. All right, Christmas Chronicles. It's like it's the last few years they made it. It's a couple of kids. They stay up and try and catch Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up getting him on video, and they go outside, and Santa's in another house, and they climb in his sleigh, and he accidentally takes them up to the North Pole, or he's on the way to the North Pole, and they end up crashing, and they have to help Santa deliver the presents and everything. It's the same thing, right? But it's just super well done, and everything about it is great. There's an awesome car chase, like a police chase in it, like with a Dodge Challenger, and it's just, it's so good.
This is the one with Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that sounds good.
It's great, man. It's just a solid movie. My kids love it too. It's like their favorite also. You can't argue with it.
I mean, how great of a Santa does Kurt Russell make? I'm just looking at the screen grabs. He's a great Santa.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome.
Noted. I mean, I have no opinion on it. I've never seen it. Didn't really know anything about it. So I will watch that. I will watch that over the Christmas period. And so then we should do a follow-up and we can report back and I'll tell you my opinion of Christmas Chronicles and you can tell me your opinion of Die Hard.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
I have some honorable mention Christmas movies because there's too many for me to pick. Okay. And I'll just list them off. Okay. Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. We watch that every Christmas Eve.
Right.
It's the dopeness.
That just caught me off guard for some reason.
Home Sweet Home Alone, the new Home Alone that came out like last year. Quite good in my opinion.
Okay.
Home Alone 1 and 2 were amazing. 3 was okay. 4 and 5 were hot garbage. But the new one is quite good. I really, really liked it. And it has the girl from The Office, the secretary lady from The Office. Anyway, she's great. The 3D animated Grinch that's relatively new. I thought that was excellent. So much fun. Yeah, super good. Really liked it. Christmas Chronicles 2. Really good. Really good.
Okay.
And then also The Naughty Nine, which is very recent, just came out like a couple weeks ago. It's about these kids that are on the naughty list and they decide to steal all the toys from Santa's workshop and they go up and like try and pull this heist. So it's a heist movie with kids, Christmas, Santa, magic. It's fun.
The tagline is Rebels with a Clause.
Rebels.
That makes me want to see it.
You have to.
That's a
you have to at that
pun.
point.
Yeah. That's genuinely won me over.
Good time.
On a side note, have you seen the Santa Claus movies? Where there's
the Santa Claus. We should have talked about those.
So I haven't seen them in a long time, but I recently watched a breakdown of how insane they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean how insane they are?
Well, like they basically a random guy becomes Santa Claus. And then he starts to like lose his mind, and then he has to kind of like sacrifice his wife to like the Santa gods to stay alive. And it's like when you actually look at it from an outside perspective, it's insane. Like it's fully crazy.
Yeah, Santa Claus is a good time. I really like the first one. I think it's great. Second one I think is also good. Third one is not.
I don't think I've seen the third one. I've definitely seen 1 and 2.
And then they have the series out now, actually, which came out last year. Series was good. It was good. It was fun.
Have you seen a British Christmas film called The Nativity?
No.
That's worth a watch. So you may get some chuckles out of that just because it's so British and so English.
Okay.
It has a guy that you'll know because he's in Marvel.
Does anyone ever pop over to the shops during this?
Shops.
Does anyone pop over to the shop?
Pop into the shop. Martin Freeman. You know Martin Freeman?
Yeah. It's
got him in it. This was kind of before he was a really big thing. He did this.
Yeah, because he was in The Office and Hobbit
he
and
was.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's
worth a watch. A little bit older now, 2009 apparently.
It's just The Nativity.
It's got everything you want. The kids would enjoy it. It's got some silliness, some goofiness. He's a teacher, and he basically tells a little bit of a Porky Pie. Tells a lie that Porky Pie, which also pork pies aren't pies. Pork pies are pies. Anyway, do you even know what a pork pie is? They're not things. We're going back to.
No, I don't know what that is.
And that's exactly what it sounds like. Google a pork pie, and that's what a pie is.
That looks like a cake.
A cake? No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks like a pie.
That's a pie. That's
we call that a meat pie.
Yeah, but so you would call it a pie. So that is a pie. You just put the word meat in front of it.
Yeah, but it's like this big, right? That's probably a good place to end.
I think so.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out and listening to us talk about this stuff for some reason.
Yeah, as we've slowly declined into madness. But Merry Christmas! I hope you had as much fun as we did.
This was a good time. So, to all a good night.
Yes. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Ho ho ho!